Hello everybody, back here again for my vlog a day for Saturday the 28th. Going ahead and actually going to remake this. I had one earlier, not much going on. Mom and I went to a Tumwa today, got her some shoes and that. Did some shopping. She was looking for shoes and they don't have any in the town, the kind she's looking for and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of made a little day trip out of it. Nothing big there, but I had some other stuff come up this morning. So technically it's the 29th. But I haven't loaded the 28th day, so I'm going to count that as the 28th. So basically about 6 minutes before 1 o'clock this morning, so a couple, I don't know, 2.5 hours ago or so now, my neighbor called me and said she heard somebody in her house and they wouldn't leave and they wouldn't talk to her and stuff. They'd been there for a while and she wanted to get them out of her house. So I went ahead and basically went ahead and got dressed, got my shoes on, all that stuff, and grabbed my little LED flashlight to see stuff, and then I grabbed my giant mag light that hasn't worked in a few years, but it sure is handy for hitting somebody if it's actually needed to happen. I was pretty certain there was nobody in the house. Went ahead and grabbed the key. I have a key to her house, and basically headed over next door. The door was clearly locked from the inside. She said she didn't let anybody in. She basically had said the fact that she'd heard him in there for a while. She saw him come up to the door and that. And they won't talk to her now. She hears them on the back porch. So I went ahead, and it was a little bit, I don't know, I'm not going to like lie here. It's actually freaking creepy as hell to be walking through somebody's house that claims there's somebody hiding on the back porch or in the bathroom. Went and looked in the back porch, clearly no one there. Went and looked in the bathroom, clearly nobody there. It's like a little closet inside her bathroom also. Looked in it, nothing there. Went ahead and looked in both bedrooms, nobody in there and stuff. Talked to her, we had a pretty good chat. She's all worried her daughter from out of state's looking at coming up, and she don't want her staying with her because last time she was here basically said all she did was just sleep on the couch and like basically go through alcohol withdrawals and that and then drink. So she really don't want to mess with them. I told her she doesn't want them here. To basically, she got two options. One, don't even let them in the house at all, and they can go, you know, meet and chat somewhere else, go pick a public spot, whether it be a restaurant, whether it be a library, or whatever the heck it be, but just to call the cops and get them out of there. She decided to call me, obviously, instead of calling the cops to check on him. The daughter hasn't came up. She's still out of state. She's not around at all. There's no snow, or no footprints in the snow, none of that kind of stuff. But she's got her so worked up and worried that she's coming up from out of state that my neighbor now is freaking out and actually having, like, I guess, lack of a better term, night frights and stuff. I think she basically fell asleep, had a nightmare if they were there, and she's claiming she never actually fell asleep. So she's claiming it's real. I don't think it's real. When I was there, she was actually pretty calm and pretty okay with it seemed like. And so I went ahead and I basically headed back home. I was over there for quite a while, but not immense long time, 20-30 minutes maybe, in the house with her, and headed back out. And then about an hour later or so, got another phone call from her. Not quite an hour later, a little after 2 maybe. Got another phone call, and she said she could hear him this time underneath the bed. And she could see where they moved a box or something like that to crawl underneath the bed. She thinks it's her daughter and somebody else, some other guy, and she don't know who the guy is. So I was at the second time now, 2 o'clock plus in the morning. Really would rather be asleep. Kind of a little worried for her and stuff, and thought, well, I'm going to go ahead. Asked her if she wanted me to call the cops, and she said, yeah, go ahead and call the police station because of the fact that she wants to have them arrested. That way she can keep her daughter out of her life more. Because they didn't have so it'd be unlawful entry, trespassing, all that kind of junk. So went ahead and called down the police station. The cops came by. I went and met the officers outside. 3 cops showed up, 2 different cars. So it must have been a little bit of a slow night. But also, being a cop, you don't know if there is somebody in the house. I don't know if I'd want to walk in there by myself either. So went ahead and they went in. They checked the house all over the place. And I was hoping that by seeing the cops there checking, it would put her a little more at ease because they have bigger flashlights than I do. And they're just going to instill more confidence in her because of the fact, clearly, of being a police officer. So, anyway, they looked all over the house, clearly saw nobody in there. They asked me if she was having issues like this in the past. And I told them no, this was clearly, as far as I know, her first time having a situation where she kind of was imagining stuff. I'm not sure if she's got her meds messed up or what's going on. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm sitting here, I'm extremely frustrated. I'm extremely worried for her. No idea what to do. I'm clearly not going to go over there and spend the night at the house to kind of make her feel better. I'm just I'm not, I don't know, I'm not up to that, I guess. I'm not really feeling like being over there all night long. So I told her if she needs a hang again to go ahead and feel free to call me, that kind of stuff. So my phone's clearly staying on. I actually mentioned to my wife, I thought about possibly even actually turning my phone off, and I decided I can't do that to her, because if it is something that she is worried about it, I got to go over there and get it settled, get it solved, just because of the fact that the longer it goes from her being worried to actually the process of her solving the worry and realize there's nothing going on, it's just going to be that much more stress in our life. And I mean, for God's sake, nobody needs that. You know, I mean, these are her damn daughters, and she was talking about how she thought they were up here to stir crap and try and sue her over some junk and everything else, and the whole deal about they think they deserve the house and they helped her out at all, but the house should be theirs because that's how it goes. You're supposed to give your house to your kids when you die and all that junk. So there's just a bunch of just horse shit going on here that's absolutely ridiculous. And then she also said that when her daughter from out of state shows up, she, you know, doesn't know how they're going to work, because the two sisters can't get along enough to agree to fight over the crap that her mom's not going to give them, because she's said that she thinks they're worthless kids, and she's actually even said numerous times and got a new will written up that basically gives all of her money that she has left in her estate, which isn't a lot, but she's got a couple bucks. And basically she wants to give that to, I believe it's some nieces that are working overseas on missions with the church. So she wants somebody who's actually going to do good with it. The other day she said she didn't want to give the money to somebody who's just going to lay around on the couch and drink it all up in whiskey and beer. So basically, other than that, I don't know. This is going to run a little long here. I want to go ahead and apologize for that at this moment. If you're still here at this point, you've realized it's running longer. I'm already 6.5, 7 minutes into this thing already. So anyway, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to kind of have a moment here to, I guess, release some of my thoughts and the worry I have with it. I just couldn't imagine how shitty it must be to get old and then to have family. I mean, it's bad enough if you have fears and concerns about complete strangers. If you read in the paper somebody's house got broke into or whatever and whatnot, that's one thing that you can't, you're always going to have that little bit of fear as you get older. But to think your own damn daughters are willing to do that, that's just, I don't know, absolutely just kind of makes me sick to think about. It just really pisses me off. She also made the remark that somebody asked her yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure what she said now, about what would their father say if he was still alive. What would he do? How would he, act if the girls were acting this shitty? And I made the comment to her, if your daughter thought the ass whipping she got as a kid for playing in the mud when she was clearly told not to be in the mud was something, imagine what her dad would do to her now with the shit she's stirring with her mom. So, and she actually laughed pretty heavily at that, and then said that he wouldn't whip her ass again because now he's a saved Christian and whatnot, and I just kind of let it go. But I've known many good Christians who are very religious who see nothing wrong with whipping their kid when their kid deserves a whipping. So, and I don't know, she's probably, I'm going to guess, in her 50s or so, the daughter is now. I really don't have a clue her age, but the way she's acting, if she was my daughter, I'd probably whip her myself. So, but anyway, that's about all I know. If any of you guys, I asked earlier on one of these and stuff, if any of you guys know of any way if there's any organization out there, whether it be like, I don't know, an elderly club, an elderly group, something they can do to help a elderly member deal with lousy, crappy kids, definitely, I would really, really appreciate any help you guys can leave me, send me here. If you want to leave a comment, send me a private message through YouTube or whatever. Send me a video link if there's a video link to that kind of services a guy can get. I asked all 3 cops, and they said they really had no idea what a person could do, especially when it's a non-family member. So it's one of those things I'm kind of up a creek here. I'm trying to help her out. Her own damn daughters don't care enough to help her out, but she has nobody else that cares about her. So I don't know. It gets frustrating because clearly she's not my relative, and it's hard for me to do a lot of the stuff that I need to do, because of the fact that I don't have any rights as just the neighbor. So anyway, sorry this took so long, guys. I know I'm getting right in the 10-minute mark kind of thing here, so I want to go ahead and apologize for that. And thank you all for watching this, and any feedback and comments would be greatly appreciated. So feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day, and hope your family treats you better than that when you get old. So take care.